Shavua Tov, everyone. I hope you all had an amazing Shabbat. Very interesting. I want to talk about a specific one-off topic with regards to naturally. A lot of people are doing Havdalah on Motzei Shabbat. Shabbat's come out. A lot of people observe Shabbat. But what's one thing interesting is some people are very curious always after Shabbat goes out. What were the sports results during Shabbat itself? Because many people that are observant, they also have an excitement when it comes to sports, so there's a curiosity the whole time. People went 25 hours without knowing the results. There might have been a match on Friday night naturally, or on Saturday morning, or on the Shabbat afternoon and everything else. So there's that sort of excitement for some people within regards to knowing the scores. How did, let's say, for example, the football games in England, how did Manchester United do? How did Arsenal do? How did Spurs do? All those different teams. People are curious the whole time. Curiosity is something and everything else, and there's an excitement within regards to it. Wow. David Beckham, bend it like Beckham. I think I should have been the England captain at one stage. Okay, so very, very interesting this is, and it got me thinking over here. So much excitement. I know people that would obviously naturally not know the score, and then on Motzei Shabbat, 2 hours after Shabbat or whatever it will be, they would have a recorded game with highlights and everything else, and watch it without knowing the scores. Naturally, no one would have told them. They're just switching on their phone, so they wouldn't know the results. I remember one time there was a British comedy, for example. We're talking out of the, let's just say this specific theory, where called Whatever Happened to the Likely Lads. And it was a time where, because those days, it was filmed like 45 years ago. They didn't know the score. They wanted to keep it a surprise so they could watch the BBC highlights in the night time. It was meant to be an England and Bulgaria match or something in the comedy itself. And they kept the surprise, and they avoided every single place. And they finally got back to the house ready to watch it. And they found out that the game was postponed all the time for some specific reason. This is just comedy and everything else. But there's a curiosity when it comes to sports, some sort of excitement. Should this be the case all the time and everything else? I remember, friends, I want to share something with you. I was doing some exams within regards to smicha exams within regards to kashrut and all those things back in the year 2014. We're talking about nearly 10 years ago, and I was really engrossed in it. Obviously, I love the subjects and everything else. I recommend everyone to learn with regards to the laws of kashrut and everything else. I was so excited. At the time, I was into football also. It was like a sort of an outlet. So I decided before the exams, I knew it was going to be at the end of March 2014. I think it was scheduled to be 27th of March. I think we're at the end of November 2013. I said, I'm going to try, because I really wanted to pass these exams, these kashrut exams and everything else. I'm going to give up football for a few months. How can I do it? Can I achieve all of that? So obviously I told people that I'm going to take this thing on, and people tried to obviously relieve the scores to me of different things, but I held out, lo and behold, till April 2014. I went more than 4 months, and then I finally found out everything else. But it was a good feeling for those 4 months not to know. It was a fantastic feeling, and I didn't necessarily, I did well in those exams, but I had to take the exams again the second time. Very, very difficult exams. They were connected to the Israeli Rabbanut also. I eventually passed it in July 2014, but that 4 months over there, albeit I was thinking what could be going on and everything else, happened to be that being also a Manchester United supporter, they were obviously mid-table, so it was sort of, let's just say, bad luck for them that I wasn't maybe following it or something like that. I don't think it would have made a difference, but it was when they started falling and everything else. But it was a good feeling to go that time. I could concentrate and engross myself all those months within regards to concentrating on those exams. And then, funnily enough, only a few months later, I went another few months. For a few years, I was able to go 2-3 months there, and I was able to concentrate on other things. Maybe concentrate full-time on family and stuff like that. Young kids at the time and everything else. I put a lot of time into it. And now, obviously, I'll be interested and excited when I find out the scores, but I wouldn't have to watch the games and everything else, within regards to it like it was maybe previously and everything else. But it's just interesting that, when it's good to have enjoyment. It's good to enjoy it. People are watching it for recreation and everything else. But, at the same time, there's things that are important we should take from our lives at the same time, when we want to concentrate on something, give 100% into it, like I did at that stage in time. Albeit, some people, they don't need to not watch the football, and so that people can do it at the same time, and it's healthy in a lot of the cases for a lot of those people to do it. In my case, I needed to concentrate the 4 months, and so I thought I'd say something together, because here we are on Motzei Shabbat. Some people are excited about these things, and it's keeping them going and everything else. It's what they need and everything else. It's got that enjoyment, and we know that everyone's got something they enjoy. People have an outlet with everything, whatever they're doing. Some people in all different spheres, we're talking about everything else. But that's how that helped me at that point in time with the exams. And then I didn't really continue to be into it so much after that period in time. And here and there, I would check the scores after Shabbat. Naturally, after the Havdalah service, I put the kids to sleep and everything else. I'm working also. So I work usually on the Motzei Shabbat, American job and everything else. And yes, so that's something I can check. But it's very interesting how people are so excited about these things. People need it in many of these cases and everything else. I can identify with it, as I've just said inside this video. But at the same time, the message is that it should not take over us. There shouldn't be too much excitement over these things at the same time. And we should concentrate also on what's important and value all our enjoyment times and recreation times all the time. So guys, I want to wish you a fantastic week. Hope you all had an awesome Shabbat and everything else. I'm doing slichot at the moment every single day here in Elul. The Sephardim already started slichot every single night, and so it's a more busy day. So guys, blessings from Israel and everything else, and have a fantastic week.